Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. You already got the record on.
What's that?
I said, you already have it recorded.
Yes, I try to do that because at once I realize that if I wait till after I let people in, then I start talking to people and I forget about it. So, hi, Shabbat shalom, Deborah. It was a chilly day out there today.
I'm outside today.
You didn't go outside? Oh, I had to go outside and had to visit somebody at in a nursing home, and oh my, like there was ice in the park on the sidewalk of the nursing home. So it was not, that was not good. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Hi, Bernice.
Have you seen Judy?
This is Myron, but Bernice is next to me.
Right. No, Judy Beiser's sister spoke to me.
Yeah, she told me that she spoke with you.
Yeah, and that, yeah, Judy's not up to talking to people at this point. Yeah, so. Now, the person I saw in the nursing home is actually in hospice in the nursing home, so. Yeah. A young guy is just turned 70. So, Goldsteins, how are you? How are your children, your grandchildren? Myron, Bernice,
Yeah,
how are
I'm
your
sorry.
children? How are your grandchildren?
Oh, yeah, everybody's great.
Good. How old is your oldest grandchild?
7, and the youngest is 8 months.
Wow.
So,
Wow. And how many grandchildren do you have then?
4. Heather's got 2, and Howie's got 2.
That's nice.
3 girls and a boy.
Uh-huh. Very nice. Eight months. So that must have been, some people were pretty nervous about being pregnant during COVID.
Well, she was pregnant, and she had COVID. Yeah.
Oh, she had COVID too. Oh my.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
She caught it from her daughter, who was 3 years old,
Oh,
who caught it in school.
right.
Who
Francis.
passed it on to Howie and also passed it on to her parents.
Right.
No.
Hey, Julian.
Shabbos, everyone.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Hi, Fran.
Hello. I got to find what I did with my prayer book. Oh, here it is. Okay. All right, I'm ready. I got my Kiddush cup.
Excellent.
I got my page 45.
You're all set. Very good. How many years has it been since your father passed?
27.
27.
Unbelievable. And this March will be 28 years for my mother.
Yeah, so it was your...
Right when you
then
started.
It was your father's funeral that I attended, not your mother's.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's everybody else?
It's cold outside.
It's freezing, except for Deborah, who's sitting in
Yeah,
short
Deborah's
sleeves in
not cold.
Florida.
Well, I didn't go outside today, so I stayed warm all day.
Yeah, me too. I didn't go out. So following my hand surgery, which was 2 months ago, today was the first time I felt up to making a challah.
Ooh, that's
So
good. That's good physical therapy.
yes, it
Yeah.
is. It is. Because I have this stuff that's like silly putty.
Uh-huh.
Kneading the challah was the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. I should have made more than one.
I know somebody that made a dozen yesterday.
That's true.
On Monday. On Monday, yes.
Monday?
Cousin?
I made it on Monday, yes.
What else?
That's
you
what I
got?
do. When I bake challah, I bake a huge batch. So, or 2 batches. So each batch makes 6.
Oh.
And they freeze great. They stay in the freezer a long time.
Well, I'm not that we're competing, but I just made one.
Yeah,
It'll have to do.
that's right.
I made a banana bread today. Does that count?
Ooh, yes, it does.
Did you put nuts in it? I like mine with nuts. Not with,
No nuts.
oh, man.
I usually try to put in chocolate chips in it too.
Picky.
I like mine with chocolate chips too. Why did that happen?
I don't know.
You know, if you coat the chocolate chips in flour, they won't sink to the bottom.
Oh.
I haven't tried it, but that's what I read.
No.
That's interesting.
Charlotte, Audrey, Jackie.
Hi.
Good to see everybody.
Hey, Deborah, how's the weather down in Florida?
It's nice.
It's nice.
It's been frigid here.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Actually, the last few days, today was comfortable, even though it was cloudy all day, but the past few days has been cold
Cold.
What do
dude,
you consider cold?
60.
in the 60s.
Oh, my.
Starting in the morning at the 50s, and then it finally gets to 70, but you know, it's 60. It's about 65 to 68 and windy. It's a little cool.
See, when it gets up to 40,
Wow.
we think we're getting warm.
I know. I know. I know.
At least it won't be snowing tomorrow.
No snow tomorrow.
That's good.
Stacy and Gary, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Except we don't see them.
Right.
No,
seeing,
That's okay. That's okay. You can hear us. You can see,
Yeah.
you see our name. So we're here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow, I love your backgrounds though. At least you're in nice weather, it's warm, there's no snow there.
Right. Well, these are the backgrounds. Al's background is a virtual background.
Yeah.
Clearly.
We know that.
Yes. Otherwise, we would all join Al in Costa Rica there.
Absolutely.
Hey, Nora. Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
We'll get started in a few minutes.
Is Jackie there or is that Danny and Jackie?
Well, they didn't respond. They didn't respond when I said hi.
It's just me.
Ah, just you. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Sorry for my rudeness.
What? What are you putting on these?
More right now. I didn't look again.
Oh, boy.
Can anybody read Cyrillic?
No, my father can, but he's not here right now.
No,
He's not coming to shul tomorrow either.
I don't blame him.
Too cold. What, you got a Russian coin?
I got some coins. I got some coins here
Yeah.
that I can't quite, they're not kopecks, they're not rubles, but I can't figure out what they are. They got,
Thank you. Not at least right now.
I can't tell you. Can't read Cyrillic. Sorry.
no, I figured somebody like Al might have a background in Cyrillic.
I wonder whether Rita could read it. I mean, she was born in Romania, but I don't know if she ever learned Russian.
I'm not sure. I'm almost certain it's Russian, but I can't figure out the denomination. If I could figure out the denomination, I'd be in good shape.
Yeah, it could be a lot of money there in your hand.
No, it's not.
Could be Ukrainian.
It could be.
Is that a separate alphabet?
Yeah, well, no, it's the same, it's a similar alphabet, but they're
It's a different language.
they look the same, but they're different.
Uh-huh.
I'm Indy.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
I bet there's an app on somebody's phone that probably could look at it. And tell you
That could translate it for you. Yeah,
Good idea.
that's true, Julian. You can look that up.
Yeah, there are a lot of apps that translate.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat shalom, Hillary. Shabbat shalom, everybody. It's 6 o'clock, and we'll get started. I just want to point out I asked Fran Kensky to participate in the service this evening. She had yard site today for her father, and so she's going to do the prayer on page 45, and then I think she and Stan are going to do Kiddush together because Stan had yard site earlier in the week for his brother. So that's what's coming up. I will mute all. And also, it's been quite the week after the events at the synagogue in Texas. There's been a lot that was happening on the internet, webinars I attended a webinar with ADL, and there was a webinar that the Orthodox Union sponsored about security that had the Attorney General and the Secretary of the Homeland Security and the FBI director on that. It was open to all the denominations of Judaism, not just Orthodox. So those were just two of many post Colleyville, Texas webinars that were happening to promote security and safety and our well-being, a sense of security. Whenever something like that attack at the synagogue in Texas happens, we as Jews are reminded of our vulnerability. And so we pray for the peace of Shabbat, and we pray that the peace of Shabbat carries over into the coming week as well. We begin with Yedid Nefesh, page 14 in the Shabbat Sim Shalom, or page 10 in the Lev Shalem. Yedid Nefesh Av HaRachaman Meshoch Avdach El Retzonach Yarutz Avdach Kemo Ayal Yishtachave Mul Hadarach Ki yerav lo yedidutach minofet suf vechol tam hadur na'eh ziv haolam nafshi cholat ahavatach Ana elna rifana la behar otla noam zivach az titchazek vetitrape vehayetalach shivchat olam Vatikemu rachamecha v'chusna al ben ohavach ki ze kama nichsaf liro petiferet uzach Ana Eli Mahmad Libi Chushana Ve'alti Talam Higalena Ufros Chaviv Alai Et Sukat Shelomach Ta'ir eretz mikvodach Nagila v'nismecha bach Maher ahuv kiva moed v'chonenu Ki me'olam la 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 For those who just joined, Shabbat Shalom. We're on page 15 in the Shabbat Sim Shalom, or page 11 in the Lev Shalem. Lechu neranen al Adonai, nari aletzor yishenu, nekadma fanav betodah, bizmirot nari alo, nekadma fanav betodah, bizmirot nari alo. Ki gadol Adonai Melch Gadol Kol Elohim Asher B'Yado Mechirei Haaretz V'Tafari Lo Shalom Zau Ki Hu Eloheinu V'Anachnu Am Marito Tzemuzah Arba'im Shana Kut B'Dor V'Omar Am Toei Levavim Vehem Lo Yadu Dorachai Asher nishpati ve'api imivavun el menuchati Shiru ladonai shir chadash Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai baruch shemo. Basru miyom leyom yeshuato. Sapru v'agoyim kevodo bechol ha'amim nifleotav. Ki gadol Adonai umehulal me'od norahu al kol Elohim ay ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim va'adonai shamayim asa hod v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet be'mikdasho havu l'Adonai mishpechot amim havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz havu l'Adonai kevod shemo seu mincha uva'u lechatzrotav ay ishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh chilu mipanav kol haaretz imru v'agoyim Adonai malach aftikon tevel ba'al timot yadin amim be'mei sharim yismechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz yiram hayam umlo Yalo Sadai Vechol Asher Bo Ziranenu Kolat Seyar Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishpot Haaretz Yishpot Tevel Tzedek ve'amim be'emunato lai 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 Adonai malach tagel haaretz yismechu im rabim anan v'avel zivav. Neboshu kol adei fesel hamitalim be'lilim zavim. Ki ata Adonai elyon kol haaretz malach kol Elohim. Oh, have Adonai sin ura shomer nafshot chasidav miad reshaim yatzileim or zaru alat tzadik ulishrei lev simcha simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho Mizmor shiru l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflaot asa hoshia lo yamino uzero akodsho hodia Adonai Yeshuato la'enei hagoyim gilat tzidkato zachar chasto ve'emunato Leveit Israel Ra'u Cholaf Se'aretz Et Yeshuat Eloheinu Hariu L'Adonai Kol Haaretz Pitzchu Veranenu Vezameru Zamru L'Adonai Bechinor Vekol Zimra B'chatzotzrot vekol shofar Hariu lifnei hamelech Adonai Yiram hayam umlo Tevel veyoshveva Neharot imcha uchaf Yachad harim yeranenu Lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz Yishpot tevel betzedek ve'yamim be'mei sharim lai lai La 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 Adonai malach higazu amim Yoshev kuvim tanut haaretz B'tzion gadol v'makomim Moshe ve'Aaron v'chol v'shmo koyim elav lo yanim Enosayita lahem v'nokeim ala lilotam Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu lahar kodsho Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lahar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishachavu lahar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. We're on page 20 in Sim Shalom, 21 in Lev Shalem. We rise. Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei Elim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz, havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, hishtachavu l'Adonai behadrat kodesh. Kol Adonai al hamayim el hakavod hirim, Adonai al Mayim Rabim, Kol Adonai Ba'koach, Kol Adonai Behadar, Kol Adonai Shover Arazim, Vayeshaber Adonai et Arzei Halvanon, Vayakidem Kemo Egel Levanon Vesirion, Kemo ven re'emim, Kol Adonai chotsev lavotesh, Kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, Kol Adonai yacholel ayalot, Vayechasof yarot, uvehechalo kulo omer kavod, Kulo Omer Kavod, Adonai Lamabul Yashav, Vayeshev Adonai Melech Leolam, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitein, Adonai Yevarech et Amo Vashalom. May be seated. We continue with Lachadodi. 21 and 22 in Sim Shalom, 23 to 25 in Lev Shalem. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamur v'zachor b'dibur echad. Ishmianu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad. L'shem ultiferet v'li tehila. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechuven elcha. Ki hi mekor habracha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshava techila lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela mikdash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitoch hafecha Rav lach shevet b'yemek habacha, v'hu yachamol alayichem lalecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela hitna'ari me'afar kumi livshi bigdei tifartei chami al yad ben Yishai beit halachmi Karva el nafshi ge'ala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alayich nigla lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela lo tevoshi velo tikalmi matishtochachi umatehemi bach yechesu aniyei ami v'nivneta ir al tila lecha dodi likrat kala Penei Shabbat nekabela v'hayulim shisa shosayich v'rachaku kol meval ayich yasis alayich Elohayich kimsos chatan al kala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela Yamin usmol tifrotzi v'et Adonai taritzi al yad ish ben partzi v'nismecha ben agila lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha uvetzola tochemunei am segula boi chala lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. We continue on page 23 in Sim Shalom, 27 and 28 in Lev Shalem. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon ulezamer l'shimcha elyon lehagid baboker chastecha ve'emunatcha baleilot alei asor v'alei navel alei higayon bechinor mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai ulezamer l'shimcha elyon ulezamer l'shimcha elyon Kismachtan mi'Adonai before lecha maseh decha anein u'zechana Ishparloi mitzvot. Kine yavecha Adonai, kine yavecha yovedu yipardu kavlei avim. Od yenuvun b'seva deshenim v'rananim yiyu lehagid ki ashar Adonai tsuri velo avlatabo Adonai malach ki ulavei shavei shanai osi dozav tegan Eidotecha nemnu meod leveitcha nava kodesh Adonai leorech yamim la 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 Mourners and those observing yard sites, rise for Kaddish, page 24 in the Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom, or page 30 in the Lev Shalom. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'me'ol maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu l'heila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We turn to the back of our Sidurim as we continue our study of Pirkei Avot. In Sim Shalom, we turn to page 267. In Lev Shalom, we turn to page 247. So I have us at chapter 3 of Pirkei Avot, number 19. And even though this doesn't say a rabbi in front of it, it's like one of the only statements in the entire Pirkei Avot that doesn't have a rabbi's name in front of it. From the English translation, you wouldn't know that because it just says another teaching of Rabbi Akiva, but it doesn't say that in the Hebrew. So the context is from the rabbi, from what he taught before. Number 18 and number 17 are from Rabbi Akiva, and number 20 is from him as well. So this must be also. So this is an important theological statement that he teaches. Hakol tzafui, everything is seen ahead of time. V'hareshut netuna, but free will is granted. Or freedom of choice is granted. Uvetov haolam nidon, the world is judged in goodness, or the world is judged favorably. And v'hakol lefi rov hamaaseh, yet all depends on the preponderance of good deeds. So when the rabbis, and namely Rabbi Akiva here, try to understand the way of the world, we're trying to figure out, okay, if we're supposed to be religious people, then our job is to do good deeds and to follow the covenant. What happens when we sin? We don't follow the laws. Do we have freedom of choice? And the other part of this is, if God is all powerful and all knowing, doesn't God know what we're going to do also? So that if we make a mistake in our actions, didn't God already know that we made that mistake? So what role is there for saying I'm sorry? So that's what Rabbi Akiva and other rabbis try to figure out. What's the role of personal responsibility for our actions, at the same time knowing that God is all powerful, all knowing, and is involved in everyday actions. So it's a tightrope. It's a balancing act that the rabbis say, yes, God God knows what's going to happen, but gives us a little bit of free rein and allows us to make our own choices and allows us to ask for forgiveness. And so the same thing about how the entire world stays in existence, that God judges the entire world favorably despite bad things that are happening in the world around us. There are enough good things going on for God to keep the world going. So there must be a preponderance of good deeds, according to Rabbi Akiva, that allows the world to keep on going. But it's this first phrase that hakol tzafui v'harashut netuna, that everything is foreseen, that God knows what we're going to do, but yet freedom of choice is granted. So it's kind of that trying to understand philosophically about the way of human behavior. Any thoughts or comments about this? Okay, so we turn back to page 37 in Lev Shalem. 38 in Lev Shalem, and it's 28 in Sim Shalom. Mourners and those observing Yartzeit rise for the special Kaddish. Okay, it's 27 in Sim Shalom, 38 in Lev Shalem, the Kaddish D'Rabbanan. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachonu v'yomechonu v'chayedachol beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman karivim ru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ol me'ol maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudashah brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Al Yisrael v'al Rabbanan v'al Tamidehon, v'al kol Tamidehon, v'al kol man de'oskin b'oraita, diviatra hadein v'divachol atar v'atar, yehei lahon ulachon shlomo rabba, china v'chista v'rachamin, v'chayin arichin u'mezona revicha, ufor kana min kadama vuhon divishmaya v'imru amen. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim tovim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav u'brachamav yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. We all rise for Baruch Hu, 28 in Sim Shalom, 39 in Lev Shalem. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. May be seated. Baruch atah Adonai Elohim melech haolam. Shever v'amorita avim v'chachma v'ter shavim. Uma'avir yom u'mevi laila, mavdil ben yom u'ben laila, Adonai tzavot shemo, el chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai ha'mari v'aravim. Ahavat olam beit Yisrael, amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, v'shochveinu v'kumeinu, nasiach bechukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam va'ed. Ki heim chayenu ve'yorech yameinu, ve'yorech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, Yomam v'layla. V'avatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Shalom Vaed. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha Veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvelechtecha v'derech uveshochbecha uvekumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha uchetavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha V'hayam Shema Tishmo Zotaya Shem Ofnei. Yisham Relachem B'Yisham Relachem. Samten V'Rayla Relachem. Zemotam. Shemayim Allah. Yes, Shemayim more. Daber al B'nai Yisrael Motam. This is Yisham Kampei. Motam. Relachem Zizvi. Und jetzt will ich Adonai Elohechem emet ve'emunah kol zod ve'kayam aleinu. So, no. Okay. Say them we say Malchuta beratzon kiblu aleihem Moshe u'Miriam u'vnei Yisrael achanu shira v'simcha rabba v'yamru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh nora tehilot osefele Malchutcha ra'u vanecha Bokayam lifnei Moshe Zeli anu v'yamru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed V'ne'emar kifad Adonai et Yaakov Ugealo miyad chazak mimenu Baruch atah Adonai Gal Yisrael. As I said earlier, I asked Fran to read for us the English translation of Hashkivenu in memory of her father, whose yahrzeit was today. We're on page 33 in Sim Shalom or 45 in Lev Shalem. Fran, go ahead.
Allow us, Adonai our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem.
Thank you, Fran, and may your father's memory continue to be a source of blessing and comfort. Ushmor et seiteinu v'oeinu l'chaim u'l'shalom yatav yad olam ufros aleinu sukat shalomecha baruch atah Adonai hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'yal kol amo Yisrael v'yal Yerushalayim. Next page we rise. V'shameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם עולמי. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשה בריחו לעילא מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמא ואמרו amen. We read the Amida 35 to 38 in Sim Shalom, 47 to 52 in Lev Shalem. As we conclude our private prayers, we continue with Vayachulu, page 47 in Sim Shalom, 53 in Lev Shalem. Vayachulu Hashemayim va'aretz v'chol tzva'am, vayachal Elohim bayom hashvi'i melachto asher asa, vayishpot bayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa. Vayevarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vaykadesh oto, ki vo shavad mikol melachto asher bara Elohim lasot. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim v'Aretz, Magen Avot bidvaro, Mechaye Meitim b'mamaro, Ha'el HaKadosh she'ein kamohu, Hameniach le'amo, B'yom Shabbat kodsho, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Kivam ratza lahaniach lahem, lefanav navod b'yira v'fachad, v'nodeh lishmo b'chol yom tamid, me'on habrachot, el hahodaot, Adon Hashalom, Mekadesh HaShabbat, Umevarech Shavi, Umeniach Bikdusha, Leamedu Shnei Oneg, Zecher Lemase Vereshit. Eloheinu v'lahei avotenu, ritzei b'mnuchatenu, kadshenu b'mitzvotecha v'tein chelkenu b'toratecha, sabenu mituvecha v'samchenu b'shuatecha, v'taher libenu la'avdecha be'emet, v'hanchileinu Adonai Eloheinu b'yava v'ratzon, Shabbat kodshecha, v'yanuchu v'Yisrael mekadeshei shemecha, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat. Yitkadavi Kadash Shemei Rabbah, Ve'alma Divrachi Rutevi Amlich Malchutei, V'chayachonu V'yomechonu V'chayi Rechol Beit Yisrael, V'agalavi Zman Karivi Imeru, Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach, Le'olam Elo Me'olmaya, Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shemei Dekudesha B'richu Le'elam Mikol Birchata V'shirata Tushbachata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'imeru, Amen. Tikabel slahar v'hon d'cho Yisrael kadama v'hon d'vishmai v'imeru, Amen. Yehei shlom rabba min shmai v'chaim aleinu v'alko Yisrael v'imeru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'alko Yisrael v'imeru, Amen. Fran and Stan will lead us in Kiddush, and because Stan, like I said earlier, Fran had yahrzeit today for her father. Stan had yahrzeit earlier this week for his brother, and so in their memories, they're leading Kiddush for us. 49 in Sim Shalom, 55 in Lev Shalem. Take it away.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, b'shabbat kadsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila l'mikroei kodesh, Zecher letziat Mitzrayim, Kivanu v'charta, V'yotanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, B'shabbat kodshecha b'yahava uvratzon, hinchaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Yasher koach, Fran. And I couldn't hear Stan at all, but Yasher koach to both of you. And we remain standing for Aleinu, 51 in Sim Shalom, 56 in Lev Shalem. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tegedu le'yotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei aratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot adama, Shelo sam chelkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu noteh shemayim zel haaretz, v'mashavim v'mashavim al kei nekevel Eloheinu. Ki hamalchut shelcha hi olam yimloch bechavod, kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai le'melech al kol haaretz, Vayom hahu Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo echad. Mourner's Kaddish, Yit Gadal, V'Yit Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'Almad Yivrach, Yirutei V'Yamlich Malchutei, V'Chayachon of Yomechon, V'Chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, V'Agalav Izman Karivim Ru Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam U'Me'ol Maya, Yibarach V'Yishtabach V'Yitpa'ar V'Yitromam V'Yitnasei V'Yithadar V'Yitaleh V'Yitalal Shemei Dekudesha B'Richu Le'ela Minko Birchata V'Shirata Tushbechata V'Nechemata Da'amiran B'Alma V'Imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'Chayim Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'Mromav V'Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'Al Kol Yisrael V'Imru Amen. Just a couple quick announcements. If you come to shul tomorrow in person, you'll notice a slight change in how to get into the building because the outside doors are going to be locked. We have Paul Tillis and then Josh Lansky are going to serve as the doormen tomorrow to let people in, just for that level of security that we haven't had in the past several months. And we're also exploring other measures that we're going to perhaps take on to ensure our security. We've been in touch with our local police district for some advice. And there's the security community network that the rabbi in Texas talked about. He received, he and his congregation received training from them. They're a community, they're a national organization, and they're actually offering something this coming week that I'll send a link out about, that anybody can take for training there too. So it's tragic that we have to talk about this, but it's pragmatic. We need to do it. So service tomorrow at 9:30, and there's junior congregation tomorrow as well at 10:15, and tomorrow evening Shabbos is over a little bit before 6, so 6 o'clock is the evening service and Havdalah. Sunday is the full, we'll have a full slate. The religious school will be back in session in the building, and there's morning minyan at 8:45, Talmud class at 9:30, and prayer book Hebrew class at 10:30. This coming week is also one of the Holocaust Memorial Days in the calendar, this one set by the UN. So Rita Rubenstein had sent me something before Shabbat, something from the U.S. Holocaust Museum. So she's encouraging people to go onto the U.S. Holocaust Museum website for January 27th for the Holocaust Memorial Day virtual happenings. And we conclude the service with Yigdal, 53 and Sim Shalom, 62 and Lev Shalem. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimtza v'yenei tel metziuto echad v'yen yachid keyichudo nelam v'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf v'yeno guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato kadmon lechol davar asher nivra rishon v'yen reshit le'reshito hino adon olam v'chol notzar yoreh gedulato malchuto shefan nevuato netano el anshe segulato v'tifarto lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od naviu ma'abit et emunato Torah temenatan le'amoel al yanavio neman beito lo yachalifael velo yamir dato le'olamim lezulato sofer v'yodea setarenu mabi l'sof davar bekadmato gomer leish chesed kemifalo noten l'rasha ra kirishato yishlach l'ketz yamin meshichenu lifto mechake ketz yeshuato meitim yachayel berov chasto baruch adei Shem tehilato meitim yachayel berov chasto baruch adei Shem tehilato. Shabbat shalom, everybody. It's good to see you all. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Stay warm.
Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Hope everybody has a blessed, peaceful, and warm Shabbat.
Yeah.
Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.